Jai Kalki World Racer, Sabina and Roger here. Let's watch Who is Kalki Avatar, the Apocalyptic Horse Rider by the amazing channel Indian Monk. We know very little about Kalki, but supposedly today is Kalki Jayanti according to Google. We hope we are right here. Let us know because we're a bit confused. We thought Jayanti means birthday, and yet Kalki is not born yet, so that's a little confusing. Let us know, and if you want to support us, hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you.
Kalki is the final incarnation of Lord Vishnu. In ancient Hindu scriptures, Shambhala is said to be Kalki's birthplace. Shambhala is a mythical paradise that is constantly spoken in ancient Hindu scriptures, including Kalachakra Tantra and ancient writing such as the Zhang Zhung culture, which spread Buddhism in western Tibet. The word has a Sanskrit root, which means place of peace or place of silence. The legend says that only people with pure heart can live in the place where love and wisdom are the rulers. It is believed that Kalki appears at the end of Kali Yuga. According to the Hindu scriptures, universal time is composed of 4 main periods or yugs: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga. Human beings are currently living in the Kali Yuga period, which lasts approximately 432,000 years. This period began after the Battle of Kurukshetra at the end of King Parikshit's region, some 5,000 years ago. Therefore, approximately 427,000 years of Kali Yuga remain before it is said that Kalki will come. Purans predict that Kalki will be on a winged white horse and a radiant sword. It is believed that Kalki will cause the destruction of the world when humanity completely abandons morale, when nothing is known about sacrifice techniques even in words. Kalki Avatar's mission is to restore justice and good principles, which disappeared at the end of Kali Yuga, the iron age of hypocrisy and struggle. At the end of Kali Yuga, the population of the whole world will be so reduced to minimalism that there will be no more power to understand what dharma or adharma is. And it's already there, Kali Yuga. People will not have the power to understand philosophy, consciousness. Then, at that time, when there are no more good principles, no humanity left, then there is no alternative. At that moment, Kalki's avatar will arrive and he will take a sword on a horseback. He will simply continue to kill all these evil and adharmic creatures and mark the beginning of another Satya Yuga, the golden age of righteousness and truth. Nostradamus' prediction about Lord Kalki. Nostradamus was a great astrologer, and whatever he had predicted had always come true. According to his prediction, it was discovered that a person will bear with immense power in the world, whose holy day will be Thursday and will rule throughout the world, both of land and sea. He will be the only person who will free the world from all problems. According to Nostradamus, this great person will come down from his throne and will move through the sea and air for striking the evil once with his rod. According to Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord Kalki has many similarities to what Nostradamus had predicted. Who would not agree that the earth has undergone extraordinary deterioration of its biosphere? Who could argue that living a pure life on earth becomes more difficult and challenging with each passing year? Who has not shouted about social degeneration and political turmoil, financial chaos and pain and suffering caused by endless wars? Leaving aside each statement, counter-declaration and argument about the predictions and prophecies about Kalki, we really wish he is out there somewhere.
So not too much information, about Kalki other than, an incarnation of Vishnu wielding the sword on a white horseback, coming to end, sin and evil in the world, basically destroying the world. So at one point they showed the comet crashing into Earth, basically destroying the planet. But then at another point in the video, she talked about the population just being decreased, quite a bit. So saying that the world possibly isn't completely destroyed, but the degeneration has, accumulated into a very widespread, decline in the world's population. And that maybe resets it into the Satya Yuga, right? So the golden age, comes after that. So, yeah, so pretty vague in the details. If anybody knows more
Help
about
us.
this, yeah, like let's get some comments going down there that clarifies a few things, but very, it's almost very similar to me to like the apocalypse, right? So in Christianity you have the apocalypse at the end of, the end of the age, where you have the 4 horsemen who come down and annihilate
what is
people.
it in the Bible?
I can't remember if it's, I think maybe Revelations, but I never really dived into Revelations too much.
What is it's in the Bible?
Yeah, it's like the last book in the Bible, I believe.
Oh.
But
Okay.
yeah, I didn't dive into it too much because one of my teachers, David R. Hawkins, basically said it's kind of mumbo jumbo.
Okay.
So anyways, not to say that this is, I think there's some truth, of course, to the ancient scriptures, and then we know about the different ages, and we can see visibly the decline in morality. And I love, diving into Sanatana Dharma. We get depictions from the different ages, right? So the last age was the Bhagavad Gita, and Krishna was there, and he was teaching his thing, and then the truth, right? And then prior to that was a totally different age when he manifested as Lord Ram. So we have the depictions and the sequence of the different ages throughout history. And then now it's like, yeah, very much we're living in a world of, ego dominance and, greed and corruption and, politics and wars and turmoil, and strife and suffering. And at the same time, imbued with that, to even allow all of this to manifest is just so much distraction, keeping people caught up in other superficial things instead of like leading them towards liberation and truth and freedom. It's like people are just so distracted and so encompassed in their own egoic identity and seeking of sense pleasure and, hypnosis and entertainment that, whatever, you're going to get to the end of your lifetime and then you think that you're the body and then the mind and then you die and then you don't know and you don't know where you go or even if there is anything after death. And people, it seems, aren't interested in that anymore. But for those of us who are, there's also a story I heard, about this also being a golden age, a little mini golden age at the very beginning of the Kali Yuga, which is like lasts about 10,000 years, where we have access to all these teachings on an incredible, unprecedented scale. And you can see that with the advent of the internet. And then in my mind, it's almost like the internet was invented and created, manifested through mind streams. But what inspired those mind streams? What inspired the minds to invent computers and all this sort of stuff to give us access to all these information? And of course, you can argue that it's information overload, but not if you have a fixity of focus and you have a pinpoint desire of truth. So to be a seeker of truth in this age is like a mini golden age because we have access to so much wonderful teachings. And if you open your heart, liberation, devotion, truth, God, it's all, at our fingertips for those who seek it. So we don't need to wait for Kalki Avatar to come and slay us and liberate us that way. We have access to profound teachings that will liberate us prior.
Kalki Slayers, what are you talking about?
Well, just at the end of this age, say if we're still, reincarnating, and we manifesting on this planet, perhaps again and again. So at the end of the Kali Yuga, right? So whatever that is, 420-some thousand years from now, we could still be in samsara, going through lifetime to lifetime to
Bodhisattva
lifetime.
will be here.
Yeah.
We're not going to go anywhere.
And then so at the end, Kalki's going to come and destroy everything. So we can be there for that,
okay.
or we could have transcended by now, right?
Yeah.
So really understanding that we're spiritual beings reincarnating through samsara, cycle of rebirth.
So where does Maitreya Buddha come in?
Well, I'm not sure. So Maitreya Buddha is not, depicted as like a slayer on horseback.
That is right.
So
he sits actually.
Yeah, so different depictions. Yeah, he's seated on a throne.
But is that like the same kind of concept, or?
I don't think so.
Oh, Kalki is something different. Okay.
Yeah.
Because isn't Maitreya Buddha also like savior type of thing?
Savior, but not in the sense of like a warrior savior, more of a teacher savior. That's how I see Maitreya.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, okay. Why did I think Kalki was Maitreya? Is there another...
Yeah.
Is there another... Whoa, why are you laughing?
No, I'm just contemplating how... Yeah, I don't know enough about Maitreya to really make any informed decisions.
Yeah,
or
we
Kalki,
actually don't know anything about
matter.
Maitreya. Just the future Buddha, the Buddha to come.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's stop our discussion here then, because it's all speculation.
Yeah.
So we're looking for... Eventually we dive more into Buddhist videos. Also because of the Kalachakra, I would love to know how the Tantra, like Tibetan Buddhism... Like lately, I'm just... my mind is blown how much is also present in Hinduism. And if not, if maybe everything is actually... Anyway, something to discover through videos at some point.
Yeah, there's no doubt that...
Because Kalachakra, did you see?
There's no doubt that Tibetan Buddhism was heavily influenced by Sanatana Dharma. Like, it's very, very apparent in the depictions of, the deities and everything. So, very, very, very fascinating.
Anyways, yes. Let us know. And also, like, do people pray to Kalki?
Yeah. So where does Kalki sit on the hierarchy of deities? So basically being, Vishnu, and then Krishna. So basically another manifestation of Krishna or Krishna's divine grace, perhaps, to to reset the world back on the course of truth and, right consciousness.
Anyways, we hope you have a wonderful Jayanti, and thank you for watching.
Yeah. So let us know what you think down in the comments, and remember to raise yourself
and raise the world. Thank you so much, everyone, and a very special thank you to all our members. We love you.
Peace.